In that last project, I want to show an example, which is a little bit more for people who work in the film and video industry, and they are familiar with, creating storyboards, making concepts to plan and communicate a video shoot, for example. So when you're in pre-production, you create storyboards to plan what kind of shots you want to produce and to see if the whole story works or not. And to do that, you usually need to have skills for drawing. And I personally don't have them. And there were a lot of situations in the past where I wanted to create storyboards, and I really tried to find mood pictures which actually fit my vision. But this is a really hard process, and it would be way easier if you have like drawing skills and just start drawing the scene you want to show. And with the new artificial intelligence tools from Adobe, it's way easier to create a sketch just with a text prompt, because explaining what you want to see is way easier than drawing it. So I want to show an example where we create a sketch storyboard with Adobe Firefly and Adobe Photoshop. First of all, I create some artboards. I go to new file here in Photoshop. Click on new file, and now I make a classic video resolution 1920 by 1080, and I click the checkbox here for artboards. That will create multiple artboards and not just one image. Resolution is fine, RGB color is also fine, and background white is also fine for me. You can also create a different kind of background, but this is what I want to choose here, and I click create. And now we can select the artboard, and we can also add some more artboards here or under it to have kind of a storyboard playground here. And if I would like to generate some drawings, the first thing I tried is to just use the generated fill option, but he does not have any reference here. The background is just white, and you can try to use generated fill just on white, and it does work partially, but it most of the time creates just a close scaled version of the object or scene you described. So I'll show you an example. When I type in girl on a bike pencil drawing, for example, and click generate, it will produce some really weird stuff. So I show you how to do it right. You go to Adobe Firefly, and you can use the text to image tool. You go to text to image, click generate, and it opens up this page, and you can just start to describe what you want to see. In this case, I want to see, for example, a street with family houses, houses on each side, pencil drawing, and click generate. And then you can also adjust the whole look. I imagine something without color. I also imagine something which is not square, and so I adjust this. I go to widescreen. I can also change color and tone to black and white. Lightning is good right now. Composition is also good, but I can, for example, choose wide angle or shot from above if I imagine some more specific shot which is made, for example, with a different kind of lens or in a different kind of perspective. So it's pretty helpful, especially for storyboards. And if you're done with the adjustments, you can just click generate again. Okay, great. I really like this one. I also like this one. I can then just click on it and switch between the variations here. I think I choose this one. And if you want to download this and put it into Photoshop, you can click here on more options, click on download, and then it downloads your image. Now we're back in Photoshop and I pasted in some environments. So I always would suggest, if you want to create a storyboard, you have some ideas and you write them down. And when you want to work in Photoshop, to reorder them or to adjust them, for example, with different kind of objects, different kind of variations, you paste those environments in. For example, a street, for example, a road coming from the mountain, a meadow with a street in the background, a street with some water in the foreground, things you imagine to have in the shot. It could be also something which is not that wide angle, could be something which is also more close. Like I showed you in Firefly, you can adjust this, and you can also like just adjusting by writing it into the prompt. And now we can work with this. If I select this artboard here, and now I want to add the girl on the bicycle, I make my selection for the place I want the girl and the bicycle in, for example, right here, and I click Generative Fill and type in little girl riding a and now you see he not really adjusted the style totally because he used color. So this is not too bad, but I want to have a black and white pencil drawing. So I adjust the prompt by writing this variation is actually good in this case. It fits from the size and it also fits from the style, so you can clearly get what you want to communicate here. And of course it works with other kind of objects. For example, if I have the street here and want to add, for example, a hot air balloon or something, I just mark the part where it needs to be and type in hot air balloon pencil drawing. So this is what we get when you type in hot air balloon. Then he really tries to adapt the style of the image. First, I tried to just type in hot air balloon pencil drawing, but what happened is that he gave me object with white background. Maybe because he thinks pencil drawings need to be on clear white. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you just type in hot air balloon, it really fits the style. So that's all right. And you can continue like this. Just type in what you want to see on every kind of environment, and you can create storyboards pretty easy, also if you can't draw, which I think is pretty helpful when creating storyboards for video projects.